Hi, we're Tinyfish. My name is Simon.
Hi, I'm Paul.
I'm Rob.
I'm Leon.
And I'm Jim.
One quiet September afternoon, I was sitting at work minding my own business when the inbox of my email went ding, and I opened it up and there was an email from Simon which pretty much said, "How would you like to form another progressive rock band?" And I laughed. But he was entirely serious. He'd written a whole bunch of material that he felt would be best served by a band that would, could and wanted to play in a more progressive style.
Well, I suppose influences-wise for me, it would probably be like all of the other members of the band. It's a sort of greatest hits. I suspect top three for me would be Adrian Belew of King Crimson, Andy Partridge of XTC, and Andy Summers of The Police.
My influences are many. They all tend to fall in the rock school of guitarists. Steve Rothery and Dave Gilmour would be the most obvious ones when you listen to my guitar sound. Scott Gorham, Brian Robertson and Gary Moore. People like Michael Schenker was a big influence on me in terms of always keeping an eye on the song being the important part.
Influences really, Pete Travis really has helped me a lot with the way melodies work. Geezer Butler from Black Sabbath and John Entwistle from The Who, Pat Metheny to Journey to Spock's Beard, Marillion, Rush. Again, influences the sort of stuff that I play.
Well, the first record I ever bought was Genesis's album Seconds Out. Since then, people like Robin Hitchcock, Tom Waits, through to I own a couple of Val Doonican records, one of which I stole from my mother.
Yeah, the Mars Volta, a massive influence on me. I will never forget the day I first heard Delouse in the Comatorium. John Theodore, what a great drummer. He as well, funnily enough, is influenced by another big influence of mine who's Billy Cobham, King Crimson, which are my favourite band. Keith Moon, a lot of people obviously pick up on that straight away because I am a lively drummer.
That's perfect. This is nice. That's really good, I like that.
Just F sharp.
Without a full-time drummer, I had to record both the guitars and the drums, which meant we had to work to a click track. Unfortunately, about 5 months into the recording, we found that the hastily arranged click tracks that we put together just weren't metronomic enough for us to complete the album, so we had to scrap the previous 5 months' work. The term gutted really doesn't do it justice. We were so disappointed, and I remember a time when Paul and I were in the studio laughing like mad, because if we hadn't have laughed, we'd have cried. Still, we picked ourselves up, and we got back onto the horse, and we got going again.
No one knows me, no one knows me by
There were, however, a few occasions when I'd come up here and Simon would say, "You know what, I think we need a bit to go in there," or I would turn up and say, "Let's have a go at doing something different," and there'd be a lot of stuff would be improvised. A lot of the solos were improvised.
But that bit you do in a different song in one of the solos.
If you treat that track seriously, it sounds like Sonic Attack by Hawkwind.
Right.
If you treat it in the way he's doing it, I love
It's
the
more
way
like
the
Fact
original.
and Fiction by 12th Night.
Well, I think
Well,
it's
it
got
reminds it
the reverbs that I've got are nowhere near as good as their reverbs,
yeah,
and I
absolutely
don't have the
understood.
EQ
But
technique
we can
as well.
make the thing sit.
Oh yeah, absolutely
right
right.
places,
Yes,
yeah.
I agree.
Sever all the ties around me to better fight the nightmare. Never saw before he found me. I thought I was so sweet there. Sun bright today. Don't let this moment stay. Sun bright today. I let it slip away. Gather all the troops behind me. Then I found there is no one. Suicide, surprised to find me before the morning sun.
So there you have it. 2.5 years in about 10 minutes. That was the first half of our story. The next half was playing it live.
All hands